Leo, good evening, man. Give me 1 second. Just trying to set this stuff up on stream, so I guess I'm streaming here now as well. Should be it, I think. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me just do one thing. Nevs are good, Leo. Good. Just my kid. It took him a while to fall asleep and stuff. That's why I'm a bit late. I wanted to start. Earlier today. Yeah, exactly. One of me is already too much, let alone 3 of me. And give me 1 second. Let me try to do this. So yeah, it took my kid a bit longer to fall asleep, which is why I'm kind of. Yeah, I wanted to do a bit earlier today as it's Sunday and stuff, but actually, yeah, it took him a while to fall asleep, and yeah. Let me do this kind of 3 times, just so I can read the chat a bit easier, and then let's get on doing some coding, right? Let's go over here. Nah, actually, yeah, I think having the chat maybe here is it fine? Maybe we can also do it here. Yeah, let's do it here as well. No, let's not do it here. So this is okay. Can I like zoom in only this? Yeah, it seems I can. Great. All right, super. Okay, great. So now I can see what you guys are saying a bit easier. Let me just grab my shake or my dinner. Yeah, I mean, this is a, yeah, I wouldn't say this is a dinner. It's just like, I don't eat much, right? So this is just a supplement for, Yuri, good evening. Good, man. Good. Just started the stream like 3 minutes ago. So just figuring out now, what to do, and what to continue with. Let me just quickly do one thing. I think this thing is no longer needed. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we just want to figure out today where do we want to continue, right? With this feature that we've built. You've been... No, not today. Today I haven't been doing any work. I pretty much... so no work has been done today, basically. Just played some video games for a bit, maybe for 1 hour, and then been with my kid and my wife. So no coding has been done today at all. No, not World of Warcraft. I played Aeon Classic. This is the game I played a lot when I was well, maybe 12 years ago or something. And I've recently realized a day or 2 ago that they released the same game again. And I was kind of happy actually to see it. So I installed it and played a bit today. And I had fun. I had a lot of memories. I used to play with this with my friends back in the day. I think 11 or 12 years ago. I spent a lot of time playing this with my friends. So it felt good to play it again, just to relive some of the memories of friends, not of the game. I don't care about the game. You know, just to think of my friends and those times again. So that's what I played today a bit, and I might play it a few more hours in the upcoming weeks, just to kind of, yeah. But that's what I did. And then, yeah, I've been on the beach with my kid and wife the whole day. Sorry, with my kid. My wife was actually just having some chill time at home. And give me 2 seconds here. I mean, yeah, what's warm in Denmark here is maybe a bit, you might have different perception. Vadim, thank you very much for, so yeah, it was maybe 20 something degrees, yeah. My son was swimming and stuff, I wasn't, he was just, he was in the water, I was just laying down on the beach and taking care of him. Yeah, something like that as well. Let me just do one thing actually now when I think about it. Yeah, exactly. Similar here, right? Similar here. Actually, just gonna give me 1 second. Let me just, yeah, I'm not actually very happy with this crap. So I'm just gonna do something like, where is this thing that's supposed to come from the top? Yeah. Something like this, yeah. Beautiful, okay. And let me just do the same for the front end, right? Just so I can see the chat better, right? Then let's get on hacking some stuff. Let me move this here. Let's go to the front end here. Let's leave this mode. And where was this crap? Yeah. Where's my front end? Yeah, let's actually put this here. And then let's put this over here and over that over there. La. Yeah. Scandinavian sense of summer. All right, great. So that's kind of cool. All right. So what do we do today? Well, yeah, we're probably gonna continue with this and then see if there's some discussions and something else we might switch to. But for now, I guess it's that. And yeah, so let's start somewhere. Let's go to views, courses. I'm a bit, yeah. So let's get in there over here and yeah. Yeah, and let's say here, see what this does. Interesting. Okay. Little Leon. Little Leon his name is Vladan. He's my best man and my best friend. He lives in the Balkans still, so we're kind of not spending much time together apart from when we go and visit. All right. Yeah, I don't actually fucking like that. It's super annoying. Why is this? Kennedy, John Kennedy. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the follow. Okay. So what's happening with this? So flex wrap. Actually, for this, let's do just slightly different, right? So let's just say here, grid, and then grid calls, I don't actually know, maybe 2 per column, 3 per column, I'm actually not sure, right? And let's get rid of this for now. And then actually, what was it? I don't remember utilities in Tailwind for this. Grids, what's it like? Span, call span, yeah, exactly. All right. Is there a gap of some sort? Gap. Does this apply also to the grid with those utilities? It does, right? Okay. Let me just see what's happening here. So we're doing something kind of shitty here. Yeah, okay, I see. Give me a second, let's fix that. I think we're adding the border on the actual wrong element here, right? So let's just start with those tiny things today and then we figure it out. But yeah, essentially, yeah, this stuff should be over here. And then it shouldn't be here anymore. What else? PX4. We should add that maybe over here instead. But that's messed up. Okay, not really. So let's clean this bullshit up. So what the fuck is happening now? Yeah, that's completely off. Shadow with full what? Like, what is this crap here? Hover cursor, pointer, border, gray 700, alright? There are reasons why you would want to use the grid, right? Like, this is super awkward. What is happening, dude? Are you kidding me? Yeah, so that's fine now. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's actually go ahead and create a new course just so we can test better. So let's go to the dashboard, and we're zoomed in a lot just so we can see it easier. So let's, shit, we can't even create a new course from this view here, right? So let's just go and create one over here. So courses, create course, and let's just call it course 333. Exactly, great. Awesome. So let's get back over here to the front, and then now we should kind of have it, I think, proper. It's just those cards kind of look like shit. Yeah, maybe. So now actually, so let's go back here, and let's say calls 3 maybe, and that maybe should be slightly better, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So while we are not going to do super much of the craziness over here, right? And we're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be an MVP. So, right, we're not gonna be Aris. Thank you very much, buddy. yeah, so we were not going to be adding like any thumbnail image for now, I guess, but I think once we release the feature and once I start recording some courses, then we're going to extend that. Then we're going to extend that functionality, right? But for now, it's fine. Okay, so let's play with this. It's Sunday, so let's chill out. If you have any questions, if you're a beginner, professional, you need any opinion on anything, don't be silent, just feel free to ask. That's also part of the stream. I'm not only here to just do this, so if you have anything interesting you would like to discuss, just say it. That's why most people watch this anyway, for that, right? Okay, course landing page. So let's kind of just do some of the stuff here. So my, so let's say MB4 instead. This course has, yeah, this looks really, really ugly here. Yeah, okay, so as we're moving stuff around, so that's okay. So this rating widget should not be actually here. Let's face it. This should be, I believe, let's say here. Actually, in fact, it should probably be all the way down below pretty much everything, right? So it should be at the bottom. Reviews should be at the bottom, I guess, right? Yeah, that's actually better, right? Intro to functions. And obviously, let's go to the API just quickly. So, Tom, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. So if we go over here and we go to the model, right? And we look at the course model, right? Course author schema, course schema is published, right? So the course, you know, can be published, and this is, but I think we'll need another property here for the administrators, for myself, for example, right? And that's going to be is reviewed, or so this is published, but then I guess we need something that's an author himself or herself will not be able to yeah, so let's say is approved. Yeah, is approved, yeah. Because I think when we like, I think most of those platforms like Udemy and stuff, I remember, I think maybe almost a decade ago, I wanted to publish a course in Udemy, and I remember my microphone, whatever, wasn't like super good or something. But anyway, they have every platform has some sort of a course review process, right? We cannot just you know, if we wouldn't have any sort of review process, then, you know, it would just end up with a bunch of gibberish, right? No courses found. Okay. Course is approved does not exist. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, that's sure. Okay, so let's go to the API and let's just go to let's do one thing. Let's just nuke all the data, and that should be it. So let's go back. So there should really be no courses here left. Yeah. Let me log back in. And yeah, let's go and our first course testing. Section 1, let's add another section. Give me 2 seconds just to do one thing. Where is it? Just staring at my other screen, which is right about you guys. All right, wait, let me find something else. Just trying to find some music that we can chill out with. Yeah. Nah, not really. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. No, give me 1 sec. Let me know if it's too loud. Too loud, okay. Kirill, that would be like a dream, man. Thank you so much for doing that. That would be fantastic. Too loud. And look who is here, Sako. Okay, maybe it's too much, right? Maybe. Let's do this. Give me a second. Is this too loud? Is it too loud? Fantastic. Okay. All right, let's just do one thing, because right now, I mean, this is a huge waste of time. So let's, I don't know why I haven't done that before, right? Have I chilled out from yesterday? Mike, good evening, buddy. I'm not sure what you mean, but I think, yeah, I'm chilled, yes. If you mean about the discussion with that guy, I mean, the thing is, the biggest problem philosophically, in my opinion, with the world today, right, is that you're not kind of allowed to oppose stupidity, right? Oh, really? Shit, man, sorry for that. No, so the discussion I had with that person, right, is I mean, I don't basically, at least in my life, take shallow things as something that I just nod my head with, or well, if I get into discussion, I mean, the best, probably for the most part, you shouldn't be getting into discussions at the first place. But if you do, I don't take stupidity like that as something to go with, right? So I think this platform especially is very known for very shallow and very idiotic comments, right? Well, so for example, like, so the argument we spoke about infrastructure, right? And I spoke about infrastructure programmer network, and we spoke about Hetzner, and some guy said that Hetzner is insecure, right? And he was basing that it was insecure because someone at Hetzner made a mistake when it comes to his server, hence the Hetzner is insecure. And I just said that's a very flawed type of logic, because if you generalize every single thing in life through your own experience, then literally nothing in life is safe. You can buy a out-of-date Coca-Cola and get a diarrhea, right? It doesn't mean that every single one of them you're gonna get diarrhea, right? So it's just people are very absolute and very stupid in that sense sometimes, right? Like you have it's like having a bad relationship and then assuming that every next girlfriend is gonna be like that, right? So you cannot base your whole argumentation that something is bad because you had a bad experience, right? You can obviously say, well, actually my experience was bad, hence I'm no longer willing, to use that product or that stuff. But just generalizing, right? Generalizing like that and saying stupid stuff like that it triggers me deeply, right? It's like, it's a culture of this whole streaming thing here. I don't know, some gamer says this game is bad because, I don't know, it has this or that, and then it's just generally everything's bad. it's this binary idiotic thinking of the modern world. Everything is either yes or no, 1 or 0, right? There's no critical thinking at all. Everything is just simplified for stupid people, right? Because you can't think, right? It's either black or white. And that was the argument, right? It's like, hey, I had bad experience with something, hence it's horrible. I mean, dude. All right. Okay, so basically I think what we have to do here, we have to just extend this just so we can develop easier. We should have done this. So let's say here, create course, right? And what was it that the course had, right? Yeah. Why the hell did I paste this crap in here? All right, that was a probably bad copy paste, right? Yeah, let's go do this. Sam, and so good evening, Sam. Who is a product owner and what are the skills needed for the role? I'm not sure I understand the question. You mean, are you asking who is the product owner for this side project we're doing? Because there is none. Or you meant to ask what is a product owner? Just to make sure I understand the question before I... Cassie, my friend, good evening. I just wanted to make sure that I understood the question, Sam. Is there like a title or something? Wait. Faker dot random dot no dot okay, because you said who is a product owner. I'm assuming you're asking I guess you're asking what is a product owner, I assume. If you can just with one more sentence just be a bit more clear, because I'm not sure if you're asking in general what a product owner is and what are the skills needed, or you're associating it to this project. Okay, I don't actually remember this. Give me 2 seconds. Faker.js. Usage, okay, no, I couldn't, API, yeah, API, okay, so let's see, number, person, hacker, animal, helpers, let's see what we need, commerce, image, string, all right. Where were we? Okay, here. So let's say faker.lorem dot words dot I don't know, let's say 5 words, whatever. And this is going to be title. Let's do the same for the description. What the fuck is happening, man? Are we... Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, sorry, my bad. All right. So let's do that, and let's get rid of that. And then what do we actually need? So if we go to courses, controller, create course. And then we're calling this crap, right? And I think if we take a look at our tables, right? So we have course author. So we need to call this manually there, right? Yep. So basically, yeah. So here we're gonna say type free, and that's okay. Title, description, type. Okay, and that's okay. And then this is where our seeding actually happens. We create few users, we create some stuff, right? Then here we loop to the list of users, right? And then we create a bunch of stuff, the tags, the articles and stuff, yeah. So essentially this is where we want to create some courses. Let's just imagine that a bunch of users have created some courses, right? So, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do something similar, right? And we're gonna say, await this dot models dot courses. What's it? Courses or course? It's course. Okay, models dot course dot create this dot create course, exactly. And if we get inside of here, so we have this stuff, right? And I mean, technically, yeah, technically we could do something like this as well, right? So why not? So this is actually perfectly fine, I think. So we can indeed do this. So actually we can get rid of that. Yeah, exactly. And then here we'll just use, so what are we looping through this? So for each user, yeah, that kind of sucks. So we're not going to do that. So for each user, we have the actual user here. So yeah, so we don't need this outer loop actually. So what we can actually do, we can just say user dot, I guess, ID. Yeah, so we find all the users and we create one course for each one of them, I guess. Yeah. So let's just spice that up a bit. So let's create multiple courses by each of the users, and so let's say we're gonna create three, yeah, let's actually say 4 courses for each user. Yeah, that's a lot, I know, but I know why. And then this create course, let's make sure that it actually does take the title and description as an argument, right? And then over here, we're just gonna pass it, right? So we're gonna say title, right? And then description. Yeah, so that should be fine, right? All right, let's see now. Let's go to set up Postgres. Let's let's make sure this for is true. So let's see if we can actually do that. Or if not, okay, so let's go actually here to database courses. We should have a bunch of the courses now, right? And we do, right, as you can see. If I actually go to my front end, we should see a bunch of them, right? Yeah, there we go. So shit tons of courses, right? Good, okay. So that's kind of fine. When are we using underscore as an argument name? I mean, that's mostly like a C type of convention that generally comes originally from languages like C, and then it's used a lot in Go. But generally, you would use this. You would use this basically if you don't need if your arguments in a function are actually ordered in such a way where you don't need this, right? So you would say, hey, I don't need whatever is in position 1 here, I just need the index, right? So that's when you would use the underscore, just to imply like, hey, I don't actually need this, right? You're gonna see this a lot in C programming language, in Go, and languages similar to that. Can you link the place where you get icons and which style you use, or does it vary? I think it varies. It very much varies, Kirill, right? We're using styled icons, if you remember, right? We should put that in the docs, but we're using this. And then a bunch of the viewers recently have gave me some pretty, actually, let me show you. Some other libraries they have shared with me. Where was that? Let me just share it with you. Courses, Web Vitals. I think those. As long as you're running them through our own stuff, use whichever one of those you want. Some of those I think were shared by the viewers here, right? There you go. All right. So we're creating that. Let's now make sure that we also, so whenever we create a course, for each course we need to also create a section and stuff like that, right? So let's go here. Let's say create section, right? Yeah, exactly. Cool. So let's do that. That's pretty much what we need, exactly, right? So here, whenever we create a course, we're gonna return that course, then we're gonna associate it to the author, right? And let's just then create few sections, right? So let's go in here in our faker, let's say create section, and let's see what was the section taking. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so let's paste this thing in here, right? Order is gonna be we're gonna pass here index +1, and yeah, this is indeed gonna take course ID, and then the rest of this stuff is gonna be the faker stuff, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't know why I did that, the other thing, but whatever. Yeah, so that should be, I guess, okay, to some degree. Let's see, let's get over here, and yeah, so we're just gonna do something like this. We're gonna say this dot create section, and we're gonna give it course ID, and this and the index here. And then if we go to the index, that's going to be the order, right? Let's actually just call it order as well, right? And then we're going to do that stuff outside. So let's say order, and we're going to say index +1. And then once we create a section, each section in here, we want to create a some lectures, right? So let's go and say create lecture. We're just now trying to save us some time by generating this fake data ourselves, so we can design stuff, right? So create lecture. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this looks great. So we're gonna do pretty much the same. And so we're not gonna have any transaction here, and the models is gonna be something like this. Again, no transaction at all. Did the music stop or something? Give me 1 second. Let me know if music is too loud, and then I'll put it down. Yeah, if it's too loud, just let me know. Music is good. Okay, great. Obi, my friend, good evening. How is life? Okay, and now the lecture itself. So let's fiddle here with some stuff. Yuri, thanks for subscribing on the YouTube. Lagosa, good evening. Let me put the volume a bit down. Yeah, for sure. I think should be better now. I think. Let me know. Let me know if it's not, and I'll adjust it so it's not too loud. Okay. And then for each section, let's create. So let's create another utility here for our faker. It's good now. Perfect. Thank you, Sako. Thank you, guys. Love you. Okay, so let's say here create lecture, and yeah, pretty much the same. Some utilities here. So let's see what we're gonna have here. This dot create lecture. Course section ID. Let's see what this is gonna actually take, and yeah, we're gonna return this sort of stuff. Let's see what is this taking. So section ID indeed. And yeah, let's say here faker random words. I don't know. Mad.floor, mad.random. And yeah, shit. So this thing has to be. So this thing has to be the. Okay, so for this one we have to actually do something. So let's go to our dashboard, courses. Let's actually fix that up. So, but yeah, this is gonna be a bit different type of content. Order. Do we actually need the order? Let me see. Lecture order. Yeah. Okay, I see. So the order we are actually passing down, and that's okay, honestly. So that's perfect. Video URL. Okay, we'll see about that as well. Let's just make sure that it compiles. It does. So let's go back here. Let's refresh. Let's go back to the dashboard courses. Let me go to one of my courses and Henry. Yeah. So let's just create a lecture just so we can generate some content with our tip tap, right? Because that content is not a string, it's a stringified tip tap state. So let's just grab something like this, and Tim Deutschland, good Abend, or whatever. I think that was something like that. Me learning my German 15 years ago. Good Abend. Okay, so we create that, and Guten Abend. Guten Abend. No, don't do it, man. Shit, I knew it. Well, the platform is online already. I mean, you can sign it up. You can sign up, right? It's just it's just in alpha, but you can already sign up. We have a few hundred people already registered, right? We have a few hundred people already signed up. And thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for supporting the idea. Give me 2 seconds. Let me go to course lectures. Ah, shit. Ah, okay, here it is. Here it is. All good. All good. All good. Sehr gut. Sehr gut. Das ist sehr schön. Natürlich. Das ist nicht so gut. Perfect German, basically, in a nutshell. If I fail with my programming skills, you can always come. Dankeschön. Dankeschön. And yeah, and this we have the stringify, right? So this little fella here has to be JSON.stringify. Yeah, I studied German, I mean, for 4 years back in high school, but this was 15 years ago, right? I mean, probably, you know, jokes aside now, in maybe 3 or 4 months, if I would move back to Berlin or whatever, you know, it's been 15 years since I spoke it, right? But it would take me maybe 3 to 4, 5, 6 months. I think I could be able to speak it fluently, to be honest, because I used to. Yeah, I think German is. I mean, it's certainly a useful language, 100%. I mean, English and German are probably 2 languages you want to learn, right? Not be an array of object. What? Are you kidding me, bro? Ooh, my bad. Think, yeah. Spanish as well. I mean, knowing one Slavic language is useful. So, for example, knowing Serbian or Russian or Ukrainian, Slovenian, Croatian, also useful. So knowing one Slavic language covers, I don't know, 700 million people, at least to some degree. Knowing German covers, right? I learned Chinese, okay. Yeah, just make fun of me. Make fun of me. Just make fun of me, Sako. Okay, so this is good now. So we're creating some lectures, I believe. Let's take a look. You lived in China for 13 years. Nice, man. Nice. Wait, so here are the lectures. Order, course section ID. What? Yeah, so that's wrong. Okay, let's go back to our beautiful API. So create lecture order course section ID. Oh shit. Yeah. Should be good now, I think. Yeah, that's good. Stonehenge, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you following. Okay, so let's get back here. So wait, so we loop through, we create 4 courses per person. And then 1 lecture per course, right? So that's kind of, so let's see. I don't actually want to spend, we already spent too much time on this faker bullshit. It's just, it's going to save us time. Yeah, so let's, yeah, that's not sufficient, right? Also, the content doesn't seem to be here. That's actually quite strange. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, that's a bit awkward, but whatever, right? So it should be there. And then, yeah, so the only thing I maybe we should, so wait, so we create, so let's create, I don't know, 3 sections for each course, and for each section, let's create, I don't know, 3 lectures, right? So let's just wrap this fella pretty much into another loop, right? It can be an imperative loop as well. We don't actually care, right? Who cares? So let's just say here, for, you know, let I is 0, I less than 4, I plus equals 1. So we're gonna create the sections. This should be I plus 1 instead. What do they do? Okay, Sam asks a question. I meant, what role is product owner? What do they do? And probably the skills needed to be one. I think it's very hard to. I don't think that it's very rare that. I don't think that product owner essentially is a role, right? It's usually associated to product managers or project managers, but most specifically product managers, right? So, and product managers are generally would be product owners as well, or meaning somebody who is responsible that the part of the product or whatever is dealt with properly, and that the developers or whatever the teams have things to do, and not only things to do because that's the easy part. Basically, product owner defines and researches when to do what. So not what to do, because every company, every person on the planet, you, I, all of us know what we want, what we all, okay, let me just put it this way, right? Let me show you one thing just so I can describe it better. If I go to programmer.network, right, and I scroll down, right, those are the features we're going to be building now, right? Now we're building the courses, and then next feature is going to be one of these features, one of those features, right? Now that is the hard part about building products, building businesses, providing value. It's you can always find things to do. That's easy. Every company can find a million things that they can do. The hard part of it, and that's where product managers, some amazing ones, the best ones, and hence product owners are those who can figure out when to do what to focus on in this quarter. Because again, anyone, my grandma could find things to do and give us. But when you do those now, what are the skills needed to be one? Well, skills needed to be one are basically, obviously, product development experience, right? Meaning being some sort of product manager in general, having that's kind of the experience that you get generally. But I think being just driven by building products, right? In my opinion, again, most of this stuff is my personal opinion. I think to be a great product manager and product owner, you just need to be obsessed by building awesome products, right? You need to do obviously research, and you need to figure out, but you need to be, I think the most important skill is just being obsessed by providing value, finding things which are valuable, right? Etc. etc. Now, again, I'm not a product manager, so I cannot give you there may be better people in this chat than me to answer that question. But I work in my team at Dream Data, where I work right now. In my team, we have a product manager. He's amazing, and I enjoy working with him a lot. So I think that he has characteristics of a product manager that's actually very good, simply because he's obsessed by the product and he likes to build products, right? So in simple words, yeah, such a person just needs to be really, really obsessed by building things. That's pretty much it. Okay, I think we're almost done with this. And now, so we make some sections here, and then let's do another loop. Let's do another loop, right? This is let's just say for let j is 0, j less than, I don't know, 6, j plus equals 1. And then we do the same crap here, right? No, not much difference, right? If I refresh now, Now we should have some sections, and we should have what Evars. What a great nickname. Thank you for the follow, man. Very creative, very creative. Okay, great. Okay, good. So now we don't have to waste any more time by manually creating those things. The only thing basically that I think I'm missing is, or that I want to add, it's not really missing, but yeah, is, let's just say here is published is true, and then is approved is true, and then we can actually okay, give me a second. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, yes. And then, of course, those two go hand to hand pretty much, right? Okay, cool. So let's just go over here and let me just check what our faker has done. So we have 4 courses that we let's say wrote. Is published is true. Is true, is published is, yeah. And one thing we actually need still to do, yeah, I think Copilot X is going to be a lot better. What did I want to do? Yeah, we need to update the schema basically. So let's say is published, yeah. So let's just extend this to also is verified. Do we have is published somewhere else? No. Okay, that's great. So let's get over here. So still seems to be missing verified. Oh shit, is approved. My bad. Okay, great. All right, cool. So I'm just adding all of the possible states that we're gonna actually have, because we need to cover some of those states, right? Okay, great. So now we have some courses indeed. Actually, too many of them maybe, but that's fine. And then this is some table of contents that we're gonna design. Enroll. Kirill is the author of this one. La la la. That's great. And actually, give me just 1 second, because it seems that the Twitch stream, for whatever reason, is literally delayed a couple of seconds. And why is that? Because I can see that when I... Yeah, there's no stream delay enabled. I don't know why is it actually delayed. It makes no sense. Process priority. Yeah, I don't know. Super strange. Super strange. I think like there's like a slight delay between Twitch and me, and I'm 100% sure it's nothing to do with me, because I have like a gigabit Ethernet connection here. So yeah, okay, great. So now we have this crap. I just want to see one thing before we move on. Do it. Job title. Exactly, Kirill. It was almost in real time. You know, when I would say something, you know, I would. Right now, you know, I can see myself in the top. What I'm saying now, I haven't even yet started saying on your guys, on your side. So it's super strange. I mean, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's okay. All right, cool. So going back to this, so now we have the faker up, and we don't have to worry anymore about creating bullshit, right? The only thing I dislike actually here is like, yeah, those words are kind of shitty, like, but at least we have them as placeholders, right? Let's maybe just do one thing. So let's go over here. Let's say create course, and let's say 20 words instead, just so we can fiddle a bit with more with things. Yeah, that's good. Create course, yeah, add the course, create section, create lecture. Let me get in here, and yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's more realistic, I think. Okay, the length-wise. Cool. Okay, so now I guess is the time to design this a bit. Yeah, okay, let's go to the front end now. And where's our title? So let's do some tiny things. Let's say uppercase, and that's not what I actually want. Case, what was it? Capitalize. Yeah, capitalize, exactly. Also, I guess, capitalize here. This would be some sort of table of contents, right? Tim, thank you very much, man. I hope to see you coming by again whenever you have the time. And sleep well, man. Sleep well. Thank you very much, man. Thanks a lot. You're very kind. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a bit strange. PX. What the heck? All right, let me just, so let's do the tiny things now a bit. VG Indigo 500. What's up, Leo? Ah, got it, got it. Just doing the... All right, cool. Nice, man. Very nice. Nice. Sounds like something I would also like to watch, most likely. Why not? All right, let's leave that there. And then, so let's see, enroll. Then we can leave a comment, right? All right. Let me just zoom in to Oblivion. You can find Smaddy, you can find all the VODs on YouTube. VODs here on Twitch are disabled. So all the VODs are on the YouTube channel. So if any of you ever want to watch some of the stuff again, please watch it on YouTube. We really need to get people to subscribe on YouTube, and I'm gonna be doing those weekly videos and stuff. It's a very good way to advertise this platform through there. And Twitch is useless pretty much in every possible way, so. I mean, I generally don't play copyrighted music on YouTube, Cassie. That's how. That's pretty much. Hello, could I get some advice? I have some interviews lined up for junior positions. The salaries, however, are mostly trash. I'm kind of worried about my career. I do not have a bachelor in computer science. I could get a master's degree. Do you think I need master's degree to fully progress? I mean, I don't think Madman, I don't think that... cheers to you as well, Cassie. I don't think that your salary has rarely any correlation to the degree, right? If you're junior, I mean, okay, depending what type of answer you want to hear from me, right? Because I can tell you that you as a junior, okay, let me just put it this way, right? You know how much you're worth, right? You know how much you know or don't know. I don't know how much you know. Maybe you're a great junior, maybe you suck, and it's normal to suck if you're a junior. That's what junior is in a way, right? So I'm not quite sure what salary progression are you talking about. I mean, if you haven't gotten your first job yet and you're worrying about your job salary progression, I think your focus is in the wrong place, right? And then, okay, I'm gonna give you the response, which is purely capitalistic and realistic. I cannot give you any other response so I have to give you this the way that it is. So you're only as worth as much as you're getting paid for, right? So people who are truly worth, they're gonna get paid what they're worth for, right? So otherwise they're not gonna pick that job, they're gonna pick something else. So if you think that you're worth more than they're offering you, then find a company that's gonna pay you that money, right? It's as simple as that, right? So this is just how capitalism works, right? This has nothing to do with my opinion. This is just factual, right? So you're gonna get as much money as you're worth. If you think that you're worth more, then don't interview with those companies and interview with those that you think that they're gonna pay you more, right? But I think your focus as a junior should be on learning and finding a company where you can learn as much as possible, gain as much as experience, work on the fun projects, have a good mentor. This should be your focus. You have to understand that you as a junior, as much as of the value that you might be able to provide, you're going to be a liability in that sense as well, because somebody has to mentor you, somebody has to guide you, and this means someone's time has to be spent on you, right? But anyway, and no matter if you're senior or junior or whatever, this applies to everybody. If you think that you're worth more, then find a job that's going to pay you more, because everything else is just talk, right? So if any of you thinks that you're undervalued, then, well, find someone who's going to pay you more, because that's how capitalism works, right? And that's pretty much it. So, but in simple words, for juniors, if you're a junior, seek for a good place to grow, a place where you can do fun projects, work with a good stack. Thinking about salary progression as somebody who maybe never had a job before, in my opinion, is not realistic at all. In fact, it's almost like a red flag for me, honestly. But again, how much self-awareness you have, that I leave up to you, right? I don't know who you are and what you do, but I would say, yeah. Years of experience mean nothing. You can be stuck in a shitty company for 5 years and learn less than somebody who spent a year in a good company, right? So you cannot evaluate necessarily experience just by years. You have to evaluate it based on the companies that the person also worked at, right? I have interviewed people who had 5 to 7 years of experience, and they sucked simply because they were stuck in the companies somewhere, sitting in some basement, doing things in a wrong way, right? If you can get a degree, get it. But in this industry, it's not going to help you, right? Only thing that matters in technical sciences like ours is, can you pass your technical interviews and can you code, right? That's the only thing that matters, right? I would be a liar and an idiot if I told you don't go to school, right? Every education is good if you can afford it and stuff, right? So of course, neglecting additional education it would be idiotic. But will the master's degree help you? I don't think so, no. What the fuck is happening with this, man? Okay, here we go. Madman, right? Sure, I mean, okay, let me put it this way, right? A lot of people today want to be programmers, so market is very saturated, and yes, from that perspective, your diploma would help you to get an interview maybe easier than someone else. So there's no questions about that. So if I have 2 interviews in front of me, and one of the guys, and if I have 2 junior CVs in front of me, and one of them has a boot camp, another one university, I would probably interview the one with university. That's logic, right? It's just how it is. Does that mean that the guy from a boot camp or guy who haven't studied is worse? Absolutely not. But I don't have the luxury to interview every single person because 100 people apply. So you filter this, you spend 20 to 30 seconds on one CV, right? So from that perspective, yes, your diploma can help you, right? But from the moment onwards, when you're in the interview, your diploma is irrelevant, right? So that's how much your diploma is worth. So when you come to an interview, right? Yeah, exactly, 100% Leo. I mean, don't take me wrong, 100%. I'm not suggesting that one is gonna do better than the other. This is just what the diploma is for. Like if you study at some elite school, like, I don't know, yes, you're gonna get a higher chance to interview with someone than someone else. But are you gonna pass that interview? Your diploma is completely useless in that sense, right? So that's what I mean. So it just opens few doors, maybe easier. It increases your luck of even being interviewed, right? But how you're gonna perform in the interview, your diploma is not gonna help you there. So if you can't code and if you suck, you can be studying at MIT or whatever, nobody cares, right? Like you pass those other things, right? And that's kind of where diploma still can open doors, right? But does it mean that you can write code if you study the computer science or if you are from some elite school? Absolutely not. You can suck just as well, right? I never in my life interviewed someone and asked them algorithmical and data structure questions because I don't care about those things, right? I interview people purely for the tools and technology they're going to be working with, and of course many other things. I focus a lot on human side of a person, not that much on the technical side, right? Because any idiot out there can learn algorithms and data structures, right? You open up a book and you learn it, right? It's not rocket science, right? Now, not everybody can be a good co-worker. Not everybody, I cannot fix your character, right? If you suck as a human being, I cannot fix that for you, right? And then I'm not gonna hire you. But if I can hire a person that's solid at what they do and kind and self-aware and humble, that's what you hire for the most part, right? Can you reverse some bullshit, right? A linked list or whatever, you can sit now with ChatGPT and learn that in 7 seconds, right? So that doesn't tell me anything about how good you are. The only thing that tells me is that you actually sat and learned that, right? And of course, this last comment, what Tavares said, of course, yes. Now, of course, keep in mind, we're talking about junior positions here, so the requirements are way lower than if we're talking about senior positions. For seniors, for example, I haven't interviewed now maybe in 7 years, right? So every job that I change, I get referred to. So in my last 2 jobs, I haven't been even haven't been interviewed properly, right? I was just given a job because of my references, right? But that's now we're going further away from very junior starting positions, right? I don't juniors, entry level juniors in general, very few of them have any portfolio, right? But definitely, that's a good comment for sure. Especially more and more you grow in your career, more important it is. Definitely, 100%. No questions about that. Let me just go to Udemy, get inspired. Let me open one of my courses that I bought recently. You're learning ChatGPT? I mean, I did buy this course, but I haven't watched it since then. But I mean, of course, of course, I'm learning ChatGPT. Of course, that's absolutely right. You should, if you're not. So I'm trying to, yeah. I'm not. How would I put it? I have a plan to finish this course. Let me just put it that way, right? It's not a matter of choice. It's a matter of it's a must, right? We either follow those things or we get eaten up and we spit out like useless individuals, right? So it's just we have to do it. There's no this AI revolution has started, and you can either go with it or you can just become obsolete very soon, right? Okay, so if we take a look at how they are doing it, and then we take a look at our minimalistic styles here, they have this sort of stuff, they have this. I don't need a course. I've been using it for it. The thing is, you don't need a course in life for anything. A course is not, this is not how do we go to ChatGPT website and type text, right? This is more about sharing experiences from hearing them from other people, right? So this is not like a course. It's like, go to ChatGPT, openai.com, and then here you can send a message, right? Come on. Of course it's not that, right? It's more than that, right? This is not a course about how to send a message to ChatGPT. It's about priming the AI, writing the useful prompts and stuff like that, right? So that's what it is about, right? And many other things, right? You can see here what it is, right? It's about other websites, other services, etc., right? It's not about go to www.chat, whatever, right? Correct. In the market, if you don't have a portfolio, your chances of getting an interview are slim. For example, when I interview candidates, the only thing I look for is portfolio, and if you get an example of your capability, I was like, okay. I mean, I agree with this to a big degree, and I also disagree to some degree as well. The thing is, I don't look for portfolio at all, because I think one fundamental mistake that many interviewers make is they assume that everybody has to sit home and build some shitty side projects, right? Many people are just great. Many people have been working as part of some companies of products that they can't expose. Those are intranets. Those are, I don't know, if you work for, HubSpot or Salesforce, right? You cannot have a code repository that you're sharing with your interviewers, right? So not everybody needs to have, some sort of website where you go and you click is like, oh, show me. Like, not everybody does that, right? Many best engineers I've interviewed in my life, they don't even have a website, right? Like most of the most amazing code that I wrote in my career is code that I can't share with anybody, because that code, it has been built for the companies. It's under NDA and stuff like that, right? So for certainly it's definitely useful, right? If candidates have something to show. But expecting that is also unrealistic, because not everybody is building, open source libraries and stuff like that, right? I disagree. Sorry, I mean, everyone to their own, right? I respect your opinion. I just disagree with that. I think the talent in programming has no correlation to the fact that if you're doing side projects or not. Just my opinion, right? Best engineers that I know, they barely have ever, you can, it's like maybe in the web development space, sure, you can have some portfolio of some kind. For a C developer, it's very hard to expose something, right? Yeah, but again, please don't take me too literal. I mean, we have different opinions, and it's perfect. That's why that's why I like streaming. It's fine to disagree. I just don't think like that. I don't think that there's a lot of stuff that you can learn also from the fact that somebody isn't coding at home, right? Right, like when somebody doesn't have side projects, you can also look at that in a different way. You can say, well, this person maybe is balanced, they have they do many other things in life after work than just programming, right? Maybe they're making music, maybe they have kids and family, right? Etc., etc., etc. And when I hear those things from candidates, I would much rather hear this than, oh, you know, I'm sitting every night for 10 hours and building side projects, right? So, but again, it's a good point. I mean, it's hard to disagree. I mean, when I say, of course, like if some candidate applies and he's built like tons of amazing stuff, I mean, hell yeah, more power to that. I'm not suggesting that that wouldn't give that person, him or her, some points. Of course it would, right? But it's not that it's not right. It's not something that determines if someone is good or not, right? It just says that people, and also like few of the people here wrote, it's easy, very easy today to pretty much copy paste anything, right? So it's hard, right? We can just, I guess one thing we can agree on is that interviewing is hard, and you can fake your way in however you want, right? And there are many people who are very charismatic, very nice looking, very articulated, and they can bullshit their way into anything, right? So, you know, so it's hard, it's very difficult, right? And I think my personal opinion is that people shouldn't code after work unless they really want to, right? I think there are far greater things in life than writing some gibberish code, right? So unless you truly want to, you should never feel pressured to do that after, right? I can tell you what of ours, right? For example, my CTO at my company where I work, he's one of the probably most influential tech guys in Denmark, in Copenhagen, right? He barely has a GitHub account, right? And he's a person that he could probably lead a team at Google of 500 engineers, right? Our engineering lead at Dream Data, top-notch engineer, great at infrastructure, he barely has a GitHub account, right? So I'm telling you that, and I can go on and on and on with the list of top-notch engineers, not known to me, but known in the community here, which barely have ever done a side project because they're fully focused on building companies, building products at work, which makes no space left for them to fulfill any of the blanks, right? But anyway, it's a great discussion. I mean, again, this just shows that we all have different perceptions on interviewing, and we all have different expectations as well. And I think that's great, because that's as long as the end result of that is hiring the right people for our teams, I think that's the win in my eyes. So as long as whatever you think works for you and whatever I think it works for me, if it ends up working in the end, I think that is the beauty of it, right? And I know that the United States, I mean, and I'm not going to say this in the sense of criticizing or anything like that, but it's way too capitalistic indeed, right? So you are almost expected to work from home, right? I mean, here, you know, we work 36, 37 hours a week, right? Etc., etc., right? Most of my family is in the US. My brother, actually 90% of my family lives in the US, so I also kind of know it's a very different lifestyle. They have their own companies though, so they create their own time. That's the difference. But yeah, it's vastly different. It's vastly different, right? Focus here in Scandinavia really is on work and life balance. It is. It absolutely is. I mean, it truly is. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, how did this end up here? I mean, again, I don't wanna. I would not like to offend anybody, right? The lifestyle in the US just isn't for me, right? I don't. And again, I might say wrong things here, and I truly don't want to say anything like that, right? I'm just saying, for me, life is way more than just work, right? I want to be with my son every day, with my wife. I want to do other things than just work. And I'm not saying that this is absolute for the US. I'm not saying that every person in the US does this, but the culture is different, right? And culturally, I would not like to live there. That's all, right? Maybe if I had my own company, so I would then maybe move there with my wife and kid. Maybe I would, because if you have the money in the US, then things change, right? But I like life, right? And I don't find pleasure in just working, right? Even though it sounds ironic coming from me, because you see me working and then streaming every night, but you don't see also my free time, and you know, I'm every day with my kids, you know, I'm etc, 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 and those types of things are just, you know, priceless, you know, because at the end of the day, right, no matter which company is like, you know, this is how I think about life, right? Will you agree or not? It's up to you. We don't have to agree. This is how I look at life, right? In very simple, this is my view to life. This is life, right? So this box is life, and this is your family, right? This is you and your family, right? So this is you and the most closest people to you, your family, your close friends, right? And then all of those things now are companies or other people, or actually let's just say all of the other circles are things that you pass by in your life. Companies, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. So all of those other circles are temporary things, right? This is a company 1. This here is company N. Company N. Those are some random people you meet. But at the end of the day, the only thing that you always go back to is your family, right? This is the essence of life, right? Like this company, you're gonna be there for a year and then you're gonna quit or get fired. You're gonna go here. You're gonna be here for 6 months or 3 years. Then you're gonna move here. You're gonna be here for 3 years. Then you're gonna move here. No, none of those people are gonna actually remember you after a year. Most of them don't give a shit, and vice versa. You're gonna go here. You're gonna jump back, all for it. But the only people who are actually waiting for you are here, right? This is the only thing that matters, right? All of this is like, I'm working at Dream Data today. In a year, 2, 3, 5, I'm gonna be working somewhere else, and that's how it is, right? So that's how it is. That's how I think about it, right? So if you don't think about that, right? So that's it, right? Cheese melts faster. Yeah. That's how it is, man. That's how I look at it, right? So don't give yourself too much to work, man. It's gonna, yeah. Okay. Why is this kind of buggy? Did we like mess something up here? Give me a second. What the fuck? What is this garbage here, man? Pretty much, man. Pretty much. It's not, yeah. It's all about priorities in life, and sooner you learn in life what those priorities should be, the better, right? And keep in mind that every single time when I nice big blaster, nice. I remember very well when you asked me that. Yeah, that's good, man. That's amazing, dude. Good, man. I remember you wanted to quit and shit like that, and I told you, you know, ask yourself, why do you want to quit? I remember. Well, good, man. You see, good, dude. That's really good, man. Great, man. I'm genuinely happy now. Genuinely happy. I'm not shitting you. Great, man. Super nice. Super nice. Super nice, man. Sometimes one just needs to recalibrate and think what it is that I want, and great, man. Super nice. Super nice, man. Oh, DevOps God, I like that. Dude, that's a good one. I mean, if you want to be a DevOps God, right? I can give you one tip, right? And this tip would okay, let me just actually I do have one tip, and it applies both to DevOps guys and also to the fully backend oriented developers, right? If you want to be a great backend developer and if you want to be a great DevOps guy, make sure that those guys in the front end are happy, right? I think one of the huge mistakes that a lot of backend developers make is that they focus on the backend from the technical perspective too much. It's like, man, if you're ever building APIs for someone, you have to understand that you are not going to be using those APIs yourself. Someone else is going to be using those, and that those teams that are going to end up using those APIs, they're either going to praise you and love you, or they're going to hate you deeply, right? So no matter, right? Well, backend, right? Right? APIs. So everything that you do in DevOps, everything. So what is DevOps, right? DevOps means a lot of things, right? For example, DevOps also does continuous integration and deployment setups for the teams, right? DevOps does some APIs. DevOps does a lot of stuff. So depending what Big Blaster is going to be doing, but it always involves some consumer of some kind. So whenever you do something in some backend of some sort, somebody has to utilize that backend for something, and you want to be, your main concern should be the consumer of that API. So if you're a backend developer, your front end is are the teams or people who are consuming those things that you're building. So same goes with, let's say that you're doing DevOps and you need to set up a continuous integration server, some sort of deployment scripts and stuff. You want to ask the people that you're building this for, how do you want this, right? Like pipelines as well, right? So so I guess the advice that I have here is like, always start with the people that you're building this for. Go to other developers and say, hey guys, we're building this pipeline for you. Is there something that we can do to make it easier for you? How would you like to use this? Can you give us some use cases? Especially this applies if you're building any sorts of APIs. The APIs are, people who are building APIs in general are not the people who are using those APIs. When a backend developer designs an API, they have to design it for some client to consume, right? So I think if you focus on if you understand what your role is, because your role is not to build pipelines, your role is to enable other parts of the business to perform business itself, right? So I would say just focus on making, right? Exactly, Leo. That's a great example, right? That's a great example because they focused on the developer experience, right? And exactly, 100%, yes. So that's what I have to share, pretty much. It's actually quite strange that that's, yeah. My pleasure, man. Like, I'm telling you this, please, seriously, dude, like, this, what I just told you has been baked in me for over a decade. Because I've worked with so many shitty pipelines, with so many shitty APIs, I literally had to educate people and say, dude, you are building an API, a pipeline, for others to use. You're not building it for yourself. Nobody gives a fuck about you in that sense. It's like, if I'm building a guitar, if I'm a guitar builder, I'm not building that guitar so I play it. I'm building that guitar because someone else is gonna buy it and they will play it. So they have to like it. It's not me that I have to like it. It's the guy who bought the guitar. So you are that guy. You're this guitar maker. And you need to make sure that the guitar you make is playable and beautiful by others, right? Right. So try to memorize this metaphor. Right? You're the guy. You're the hamburger maker. You're working on a barbecue, right? And somebody orders a burger. You don't have to like that burger, but that person has to like that burger, right? So focus on the consumers of things, right? Who is gonna use the API? Who am I building this pipeline for? Etc. 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 Right? And then work backwards. Hey guys, we're building this new pipeline for you. Can you tell us what do you need? We need this and this and this and this. And then you and your team, you work backwards to making that happen. What generally happens is like you sit and you build some shit, then you go to those people who are gonna use it, then they're gonna tell you that that's not how they want it, and now you're already fucked because you can't remove it all. Now you have to work backwards. Now you have to walk backwards. Like, oh shit, I wish we spoke to them earlier. So focus on making those people, the consumers, happy, right? And then just work backwards, making that happen, right? Yeah, I have never actually seen this. Interesting. Fuzay, thank you very much, man, for the follow. I think, are we already at 3,000 followers? I think we are. I think this stream we have most likely, let me check. I think this stream most likely we have reached 3,000. Have we done that? Yeah, actually we are on 3,000 now. Wow, that's cool. Great, awesome. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. Maybe Jaco, thank you very much, man. Cool, great milestone, awesome. Okay, going back here. What are we doing today? We're just working on the courses feature. If you guys haven't signed up, make sure to just go and sign up, right? Just check out the platform. That's what we're building. But today specifically, in past couple of streams, we're just building the courses feature basically. So something similar to Udemy, right? So people can record courses and then other people can enroll into those courses, etc., etc., right? So that's kind of what we're building past couple of streams and next couple of streams as well. Let me just grab a few of the different video URLs from my YouTube or whatever, just so they can be different. So when we are actually swapping between them, that we can see. So let's take a few of those videos that I recorded recently. So give me a second. So let me just put them over here. So let's close this crap and this crap and this. Create lecture. Where is it? Create lecture. Is it this one? Yeah, it is. Where's the YouTube thing? Yeah, over here, video URL. Okay. So let's just say something. This mad.floor. Wait a minute. Let me just give me 1 second. Give me 2 secondos. What the hell happened over here in the top? Super strange. Did I close something or whatever? Give me 1 second here. Okay, cool. Great. Okay. Bass, absolutely, man. We have a bug with that thing, right? Like locally, right? That works. That's actually next thing. So you can see this is what you're supposed to see, right? So I have built a tag system, right? It's just in production, it's messed up, right? because this is how you should be actually be able to tag stuff, right? And then, you know, you go to the actual tags page, you see who the most active authors are and stuff. Like, most of you haven't even seen this yet, the ones who recently signed up, because yeah, that has been a bit broken, right? What the hell did I want to do? Oh yeah. Thank you very much, Board. I hope hope this stream is not gonna bore you additionally. Ah, shit, my bad. Sorry. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. Let's do it like that. Maybe, I don't actually know. Cool. All right. So the videos now should be slightly different in our faker data, right? Enroll. Go to course. Yeah. So we see this video here. Yeah, this video. Okay, good. Synergistic, intangible Uzbekistan protocol bandwidth bergs. I like that lecture. It was actually great. Account deposits Kirk. Cannot pronounce this. Thankfully, Shirtland. Superstructure dynamic bicycle shoes blockchains. I like that lecture. This one is going to be great. Playfully North Orange practical. Can't okay, great, beautiful. I like it. It's going to be great. Okay. I think I'm actually very excited about this course. Said ubiquitous scale. Diesel woman. Actually, this is going to be a great lesson. Diesel woman. This is, can't pronounce it. Can't pronounce it. Scalable. Ouch, Margaret. I like it. One question, Mr. Programmer. A question by default. How many scripts should be? How many scripts should be a min per page to be? How many scripts? How many scripts should be? I'm not sure if you use. I mean, I assume that you're talking about inline script or script tags in an HTML in a website, right? An HTML page, but I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how you correlate that to security. The number of scripts. Number of scripts. I guess of script tags you're referring to. How do you compare difficulty of this project to the things that were? Well, I think for me, you know, I've been a programmer for maybe too long already. I don't. This project is not hard from the perspective of programming. This project and any project, indeed, you know, is. I mean, challenge is never when it comes. Challenge is rarely ever programming. Challenge for me here is like what to do and how to do the layout, right? So challenge for me is clearly here like. This stuff that we've just wrote, this is clearly not challenging, right? What's challenging is like, you know, well, okay, so now we're going to release this feature. There's not going to be courses, you know. So what do you do? Well, I have to sit and record few courses, right? How should this look like? And if so, why, right? So I think OB, it's harder in some degree than my work, because also at my work is like I am still making decisions because we're using objectives and key results, right? But it's somehow easier because you also have a bunch of other people behind me and in front of me and stuff who are coming to me and saying, well, this is what we're doing, right? In this project, for the most part, I'm the one deciding what needs to be done, and also the one alongside Kirill who needs to do the things, right? So the hard thing with this project is that I'm both the developer and the PM and the CEO and the designer and the DevOps guy, and the hard part again isn't technical. It's more of a I don't think that there's such thing as, you know, we're building websites, right? So it's not that anything that we're doing here is mind-blowing, right? Anyone can learn to do this crap, right? Anyone can learn to react, right? So it's not, that's not the hard part. The hard part is, what do I do? Why? Where, you know, how do we get people to this platform? How do we create value? Does this even make sense? Etc, 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 right? So that is the hard part. Certainly not the Good evening, 25 gold. Zay, like, there's no correlation between number of script tags and security at all, right? There's no such correlation right now. Most of those extensions maybe you're talking about are preventing specific XHR requests to be sent, the tracking ones and stuff like that, and etc. Like, it can be anything, right? But there's really no correlation between number of script tags. Like, for example, marketing websites are generally going to have the highest amount of external dependencies, because marketing websites use, and I'm an expert at this because I work for a company, Dream Data, where we are in a way a tracking company, so I can tell you a little bit about it. Most marketing websites, you know, they use various different tools to track their performance. Facebook ads, Google ads, and bunch of other things. Those things are always external dependencies because you always include them from the CDN. So you cannot, that's why it's also very hard to get the Google page speed score high, because you just have to load a lot of those things. Then most companies, since they don't have a technical person working on their websites, they use Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager basically is a way where you can inject, so you install Google Tag Manager on your website, and then you inject scripts from Google Tag Manager interface into your website. So instead of, you know, needing to have a developer that needs to go to some index HTML and then put some script tags somewhere, you just do that through Google Tag Manager. So most common scenarios when you're going to find a website with a lot of scripts on it are the marketing websites, right? Because they use third-party form submission tools like Hey Forms and HubSpot and you know, etc, etc, HubSpot Forms, Pardot Forms, etc, 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 right? So this by no means that it's insecure. It just means that marketing needs a lot more tools, right? They need to track where people come from, what they do, etc, 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 right? Okay, I mean, this is starting to look decent, right? It's not looking like shit. Of course, the reason why it looks decent is because our faker generated data has generated enough of data for this thing to not be completely disgusting, right? Yeah. Vince, good evening, buddy. Should we consider improving the browser as an everyday task? Bass, see you tomorrow, my man. See you tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. So if we want to save browser, should we consider improving the browser? I mean, your browser, so Zay, your browser doesn't have access to your file system, right? So what happens in your browser, or what executes in your browser is scoped, is isolated to each tab, right? With some exceptions of some local storage and stuff like that. So you don't, in simple words, you shouldn't be too worried about that sort of stuff, right? Because browsers are sandboxed, right? So you don't have to overthink that, right? So the answer is no. You don't have to necessarily spend too much time thinking about that. I think yes, yes, Maddie, right? I don't think that there is necessarily any sort of racism or racism favors at all. I think the only thing that where you can be disadvantaged compared to others is that obviously it is a huge market here as well. There is a lot of developers, right? So you can be disadvantaged in the sense that every time you hire, you always hire people locally first, right? Because it's cheaper, right? But absolutely, I think it's, I come from the Balkans originally, right? I'm not I'm not Danish natively, right? So certainly, if they didn't have issues hiring me, then I see no reason why would they have issues hiring you, right? Certainly, right? Console Coder, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. I think the whole world is looking for workforce, for skilled people, right? So I think yeah, I don't think that there's, at least in this industry, right? I've been a programmer professionally since 2008. When I started working, I've never experienced any source of racism, any source of feelings like that. I think it's a very kind industry. Maybe I was just lucky. Maybe, I don't know, right? No, I know exactly, Smiley. I know exactly what you meant, and I also didn't mean literally in a racist way. I more mean that you have to understand is like that when we talk about race, there are some countries out there that simply prefer, for example, I have no doubts that most people in the U.S. prefer people from within the U.S., right? So there are some areas within the EU where people just prefer culturally people from within the EU. It's about the culture. So I don't mean, okay, maybe I've used the wrong vocabulary and stuff like that, right? But I think, yeah, to move away from that, I think in simple words, right? I think I don't think so. I don't think it's cheaper because here in Denmark there's the minimum salary that you have to get if a company wants to employ you, right? And that salary is fairly high. So for example, if I wanted to employ you, Smadi, now, I would have to, Vanix, good evening, my friend. If I wanted to employ you now, I would have to give you at least X amount of annual salary so you can get the visa to be here, right? So that's how it works, right? Zay, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not possible, no. Again, your browser doesn't have access to your file system. In the US, maybe. Agent Smith, in the US, maybe that's true. Here in Europe, I don't think that's true at all. At least I've never felt that. But it's a good one. It's a good one. Exactly. Exactly. It's not far from the truth for sure. I can tell you that. Yeah, that's a good one actually. No, it was a very good comment actually. I like it. Vanix, I'm very good, my friend. How are you? I'm always better when I see you here. Now I'm actually even better. Now I'm even better, man. Which fields are popping up in Denmark? I mean, I don't know, honestly, right? You know, we can all assume very easily what the future brings. AI now, you know, past few years it has been, you know, machine learning, big data, you know, blockchain and all of that bullshit, right? Now it's focus now is on obviously AI, right? But fundamentally, I mean, I think tech is safe everywhere, and I think tech is in the focus here. Denmark and Sweden and Finland, you know. But generally, I mean, you know, tech is the past, the present, and the future, right? And yes, AI is taking some toll, right, and stuff like that, right? But AI is just a small fragment of things, right? I think yes, while AI is huge, especially the generative AI now and all of that stuff, we have to understand still that for many years people will still have to build software, people will still have to do that as teams, right? So I think yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about us, right? Because again, building a successful software company requires a lot more than just writing some gibberish code, right? That requires cooperation, requires team efforts, requires knowing what to build, when to build it, what to focus on, etc., 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 right? So I wouldn't really be too worried about those types of things, because if software was only about writing code, then everybody would be billionaires and having their own software companies, right? It's way more than just writing some shitty React code, right? Or some C# or whatever, right? Oh, we need to screenshot this. Wait, shit, I like that. What a troll. You haven't called me a genius in several streams, man. What is happening? I'm not feeling like a genius anymore. Unacceptable. So I uninstalled. It's like, okay, want to start an AI, I don't know where to start. I wouldn't know myself, right? Agents myth, right? I have no idea. I have no intentions of starting anything other than what I'm doing past decade or so. So I'm gonna be right where I am right now. Rating widget. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, that's not completely disgusting. No, not completely disgusting. I can tell you that for sure. Even though there's something fucked up about this line height, I think there's... Oh, yeah. It's because of this crap here. I see. All right, cool. Pretty much, my man. Pretty much. Again, I mean, the thing is, right, like... the thing is, like, I think, and you know, if you watch my stream for some time, you know that I get into philosophical stuff maybe too much, but I think people fundamentally forget that jobs have been, you know, emerging and changing since we exist as a race, right? Like, as I said recently, you know, 100 and something years ago, 98% of people worked on farms, right? Today, less than 2% work on farms, right? So humanity didn't die or vanish when tractors were invented or industrial revolution happened and stuff like that. So I think people are, I think a lot of those headlines and a lot of this bullshit happens just to create some sort of a news, right? AI is gonna make a lot of jobs better. It's gonna invent a lot more jobs that it's gonna destroy, right? So I think people are panicking because change is the worst thing for us human beings, right? There's nothing we fear more than change, right? So hence why it's so dramatic online with this AI bullshit, right? But you know, AI is gonna just make things even better, and it's gonna open up a lot of new possibilities, new opportunities. We're gonna shift our focus as we have been doing for centuries, right? And we're gonna be smarter, we're gonna be building better products for the most part, I think, I hope at least. And that's how it is, right? I mean, you know, 20, 30 years ago, you know, people were writing every single line of code manually. There were no abstractions, no libraries. Then we abstracted that out, we put it on a higher level. So it's yeah, it's great. It's gonna be great. I'm super happy for the AI. But again, you can see, like, that's the thing, right? I don't disagree. I think it's fair to ask those questions, but it's also very very pessimistic view onto it, and it's not even your view. I think it's how the whole world is kind of perceiving it, right? I mean, dude, like, people used to protest against calculators, right? People used to protest against calculators back in the day, right? So, right, math teachers protest against calculator use because they thought that the whole humanity is going to become dumb. But we didn't become dumb. We became amazing. We cured a lot of diseases. We made airplanes. We made, right? Exactly. So the thing is, like, we have to be a bit more creative when we think about those things, right? Because every single thing that we came up with as a human species over time could have been perceived in a similar way. Oh, this is gonna annihilate us all, right? Yeah, so the thing is, like, I'm very happy for AI. I think I'm not worried about anything. I'm not worried because I work hard and I adjust according to the world. I don't expect the world to adjust according to me, right? You know, I don't sit home and I expect the rest of the world to spin around me, right? So clearly things are gonna change, right? Let's see, right? Let's see. I think human race in general is very prone to creating conspiracy theories about the things we don't understand. I think throughout the history, literally from religions to everything to this day, every single thing that we can't understand, we instantly label it as something, and that's, I think, clear to everybody, right? So you know, you have a lot of people who are saying that AI is going to kill us all without actually having a single idea what AI is, right? And this is fine, right? This is fine, right? Go back in history 20 years now, not 300 years. Go back 30 years and you're going to see how people thought that the internet is a horrible idea. You know, like, for example, 30 years ago, I don't know if you know, they were laughing at the internet. Is like you have those videos on YouTube. So this is all just how we are. When we don't understand things, we fear things, right? We get scared of the things that we don't understand, but we have to rationalize about those things somehow. So we start creating all sorts of theories, right? And that's mainly because how the humanity has been built on. Like 99.9% of the things that you deal with on daily basis in your life, you don't actually understand, simply because you don't have the time. You cannot be an expert in math, physics, programming, biology, medicine, construction. You simply can't, right? The thing is, I mean, look, don't misunderstand me, right? I think that ChatGPT, Bard, you know, a couple of days ago, I spent the half of the day here in the Google offices in Copenhagen. Yeah, I live very close by, and I went with few colleagues from Dream Data, and we spent the time at the Google office, and we watched this AI conference, Google's, right? The biggest problem, right, for me with the AI now is actually the data, right? Because think about it, let me put it this way, right? Now I'm building a network for programmers, right? And you know, and we want to write articles, courses, etc., etc. Now, with the current state of AI, I don't know why would anyone do this. Why would you ever in your life again go to Stack Overflow, to Programmer Network, if you can just go to ChatGPT and say, how do I do this? So, and or in simple words, all of the data that they got is a lot of hard work built by many super smart people out there. Like I can spend now 10 hours, it takes many hours to write a good technical article, right? It takes really maybe half a day to properly do it. But why would I even be incentivized anymore? Because if that's gonna end up being fed to the AI, what is the benefit for me, right? So you have to understand though that we are very early, right? The thing is, we are all programmers here, right? So average non-technical person today has no fucking clue that this AI stuff is even happening. I think we're misunderstanding the situation in which we are in. Not everybody. Go and ask your family, your friends, like, hey, what do you think about ChatGPT? And hear what they tell you. So there is a lot of things that Google doesn't know. So a couple of days ago, when we were at Google here in Copenhagen, I asked a question during the conference. I said, hey, I asked this guy who was presenting, I asked him, like, can you just tell me one thing? And I told them that, hey, like, I'm building a programmer network, and then considering that, and because he was talking about how you can generate, obviously emails and articles and stuff through Bard, generative AI, I asked, how is Google going to treat the articles which are written by the AI? Because literally the Google search engine punishes non-original content, duplicated, copy-pasted content. You know what the guy responded to me? He said, we have no idea yet. We don't know, right? So even those companies who are building this, putting it out now, they actually don't know. They literally don't know what and how is it gonna work. Literally, like, and that's why I was hoping that they're gonna answer a bit more questions about this, because it's really unfair, right? Like, you can now be spending time writing technical articles, courses and stuff, and maybe nobody's ever gonna even come to your website to read that, because why would they? They open up ChatGPT, right? Literally, Vanek, same, right? So we'll see, right? But we're still very early, right? And nobody knows. Nobody knows yet, right? I think it's hard to predict. We just have to sit and wait, and we need to use those tools ourselves, right? But there's a lot of content-related issues that I have with it, right? And I hope they address that properly, right? B41, good evening, buddy. So that's how it is, right? Good, my friend. Good. How are you? How is everything? I am heavily using ChatGPT 4. Yes, I'm using ChatGPT 4 since the same moment when it came out. It's absolutely incredible. Incredible. It's absolutely incredible, man. I mean, not a fan of any kind of whatever. It's just it's broken. It's almost like ChatGPT 4 is literally an advantage that's unfair to the rest of the world, right? I think the thing that I scare the most now is that here in the Western countries we are already ahead of the rest of the world, and I think the friction between, or I think the differences between poor countries and rich countries are gonna even more increase with technology like this. It's gonna be so bad, I feel, that it's not even fair. Because having this ChatGPT in school, for example, imagine how much faster an average student here in the Western part of the world is gonna. They actually unbanned it. They banned it, then they unbanned it, right? So it's so good that it's unreal. It's literally broken. I mean, So if you're not using ChatGPT 4, you're falling behind, right? You should definitely use it. It's crazy. Or nerf it, yeah. But I'm really scared about less developed countries, because they're gonna fall behind even more. They're gonna fall behind even more because the advantage that you get from this thing is incredible, right? It's incredible, right? Oh wow, actually, sorry. 3 is fine. It's just way less accurate than 4. It's way less accurate than 4. Way less accurate. Just FYI. Yeah, it's like when Volkswagen releases, you know, Volkswagen 16, I'm gonna buy the Volkswagen 4. No, Bard is not not available yet. No, not yet. No. I don't think so. No. So I've been to this conference a couple of days ago at Google, and it was G.co Labs. So all of those features that they yeah. The thing is, right? I think $20 for me, for the value I get, I would probably pay $100 a month for ChatGPT 4, right? Easily. Would I be happy to do that? Of course not. But I would do it, right? So if it was $100, I would still pay for it. That's how valuable it is. That's how valuable it is. Because I calculate everything in the time that I need to perform something in, and my time is very expensive, and $20 is maybe 10 minutes of my time, right? It's really all about, yeah, all about saving time, basically. Okay, well, this sort of stuff is starting to look fine, right? 100% Agent Smith, 100%. 100%. The thing is, better you are in whatever you do, the more value you get out of ChatGPT, right? And that is kind of the value that it transfers, right? So for instance, if you're a complete beginner in programming, your value with ChatGPT is going to be far lesser than if you're an expert. Because if you're a programmer, ChatGPT, yes, it's going to help you. It's going to summarize some of the things for you. You're going to be able to Google, under quotes, faster. But that's the value you get. So you get another course that's a bit better, right? But if you're an expert and then you know exactly what you want to do, but you want to automate that work, that's where ChatGPT is amazing, right? A couple of streams ago, maybe 10 streams ago, I wrote 16 endpoints with 5 different tables and stuff like that in 3 hours on a stream here with ChatGPT. How did I do that? Well, I exactly knew what I want to do, right? Etc, etc, etc. I just automated that. Leo, good evening, good night, my friend. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. I'll catch you up tomorrow. I'm gonna round up in like 5 minutes as well. I need to go to work tomorrow as well. So yeah. Actually, in fact, let's just do that right away. Okay, well, let's actually round up. It's midnight here, almost. I also need to go to work tomorrow. if you're new to this stream, most of you, actually all of you almost, that use the chat here, you've been around here for months. If you're new to this stream, please obviously follow this channel if you want to get notified when I'm streaming, and please don't forget to sign up here on programmer.network if you want to kind of book your slug, your username, whatever, and see what we're doing here. And yeah, I'll stream tomorrow at 21 CST. And yeah, that's what it is, guys. Thank you very much. I had a lot of fun chatting to all of you, and I hope at least you had some as well. And yeah, that's what it is for today. Let's see each other. Let's see each other tomorrow. Thank you so much, Kirill. Music to my ears, man. Thanks a lot. And George, George, have a good night as well. There's always another time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of the Sunday, and yeah, stay well. Do something good for yourselves today. Have a great one, guys. Peace out.